emotional, visceral knowledge accompanied by this sense of ecstasy, which I'd never experienced before. And this type of experience continued whenever I had a few moments to look out the spacecraft all the way home. And I realized that, I'd never had such an experience, and I realized that we humans throughout all history have asked the question, who are we, how did we get here, and where are we going, and what's this all about? And here, those of us who were the first generation of spacefarers and had the opportunity to look at this from this magnificent perspective, that perhaps we had the challenge to ask those ancient questions again from the viewpoint of spacefarers and being the first generation of spacefarers. And because of my study on the frontiers of knowledge and technical institutions and astronomy, I understood that our matter was created in those star systems, and my matter was created in those star systems, and that was a very visceral, uplifting experience. And I didn't understand it at all until I got home and started doing some research, and eventually came to the understanding, with the help of some scholars in a nearby university, that the ancient Sanskrit 5,000 years ago described this experience as one in which you could see things in their individual separateness, the way we see things, but you experience them viscerally and internally as a one, as a unity, and you're part of a unity. And it's accompanied by this ecstatic experience, and that was called, in the ancient days, Salvakapa Samadhi, a Samadhi-type experience. And that was a wow to me. I'd never had the experience, and all of a sudden I started to discover that it had been in the ancient literature. And that's when I started doing all this study on what the nature is consciousness and how does all this come about.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you had a realization there that these things were created by the star systems. Doesn't that indicate that if there's something that is created, that there must be an intelligence behind that creation activity?
Well, you can make a pretty good case for that, and we still don't know the answer to the origins of it. But you can say, regardless of which approach you take, where did it begin? Where did that begin? There's always a question of the ultimate beginning. And you can argue, the argument has gone back and forth over the centuries as to what we're really dealing with. And what science has helped us understand is new ways to ask better questions and to test the answers in a better fashion. Mm-hmm. And all right. I think we'll repeat, we're just barely out of the trees, I think. There's so much we don't know, but we do have some pretty good protocols these days for finding out.
Mm-hmm. How would you on Earth either go to the NASA doctors or any other scientists or investigative body to examine or recreate or test your ecstatic type of experiences?
Well, if you dig into the literature, you find that they're happening all the time. The type of experiences that give a change of thought and give a change of mind are happening every day. There are many people report them. And some of the more bizarre ones occur with so-called near-death experiences or out-of-body experiences. And then we have been able to stimulate these type of experiences. Traditionally, they come out of deep meditation, the cloistered traditions for centuries in virtually all cultures. The monks, the holy people, in their cloistered settings in their meditation have these types of experiences. There's nothing really new about it, except for those who want to go purely the intellectual route and try to think about things without processing the internal condition of the mind. And as we have started to bring together Eastern and Western lore over the last 20 or 30 years, from India, from the Zen Buddhists, from China, and to bring the Tibetan Buddhist concepts into the West, we have started to integrate many of those concepts into the Western world. And you start to see these types of transformations taking place all the time.
Okay, so you say they are scientifically testable.
Validatable, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Doctor, we need to go to our 9 o'clock break, so you want to just stay on the line, please?
Okay.
All right, everybody, you're listening to Dr. Edgar Mitchell, and we were discussing his new book, The Way of the Explorer, an Apollo astronaut's journey through the material and the mystical worlds. That's plural, worlds. We're going to be right back after the break, so if you have a question for the doctor, go to the EdgeAM.com website, click on the Fast Blast link, or join a growing and interesting group of people in the live chat right now, and being updated on our live chat there by our UK technical director, Andy, and doing another great job. My name is Daniel Ott, and you can expect the best in guest every Saturday night right here on this station, so don't go away. We're going to be right back.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. 10. Ground control to Major Tom. 8, 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. Soon you will know who I was, why I came, and why I've gone. Soon you will know why I did what I've done. This is a freedom song.
The Edge is giving you the chance to speak your views and beliefs to the world. We are committed to giving our listeners a voice. All too often, mainstream media quash your right of expression and opinion where it really counts. Thus, truth becomes buried and hidden. The Edge radio broadcast has always been a show for the people, and it's always people that change the world for the good. Thursdays on The Edge is now your day, your voice, and your show. More information can be found at The Edge's website, www.theedgeam.com.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right, go hit it.
You're listening to the Edge Radio program, a show so hot, your radio might catch on fire.
Really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. I've been looking at your website and reading what your fans and the people that come to your website write, and they're incredibly intelligent, incredibly leading edge. Talk about thinking out of the box. You guys are right at the center of it. I can't believe how much